Good evening, everyone. You're
Good
welcome.
evening, ma.
We are
Good
live.
evening.
We are live now. We are the program that we have put together to impact our youth is life.
Yeah.
Empowering the next generation of leaders. We thank God for this skill mindset and leadership capacity. That is what it's called. And the theme for tonight is empowering the youth with skills for purpose and impact, preparing young people to lead innovations and transform their community. So as we have come tonight, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Ozem Akuma, and also Mr. Julia Akigbe. And I would like to also thank Mr. Thomas Dagwa Christian for anchoring tonight. Thank you so much for coming together to help this to come to realization, and also thanking all the team. So as we are going to be going tonight, I'm going to be handing over. First of all, Shalom Link Mission, I'm sure you know all about us. We are here to impact youth and family to change and transform life in a peaceful world. I would like to hand over to Mr. Julius, who's going to start with us 20 minutes to give us information on how we can use technology to impact our world, how we can turn our phone and turn our laptop, turn all our gadgets into making money machine. I'm sure he has, because he obviously is our media manager, and how we can, make our life a better, instead of us waiting for somebody to feed us. We have to feed ourselves and also feeding others. Over to you, Mr. Ozem.
Okay, you called Julius. I'm the one that's supposed to start first. Okay, thank you. My name is Osom Ekuma. All about using computer, using the internet to make money. And today I'm happy to be here, and I want to use this opportunity and appreciate the organization for bringing me here. It's a rare privilege. I really, really appreciate this, and I don't take it for granted. So when I was preparing for this lecture per se, I didn't have to overthink it because everybody know about digital skills. Everybody is aware about the AI taking over a lot of things. So I didn't even have to think deep about it because I already had something to say. Okay, I'm taking on the topic striving in a digital age, essential digital skills for today and the future. Before I start, I want there's several occurrence that happened. That was last week that two persons actually met me and was trying to let me put them through on what to actually do with their lives. And one thing they were saying is, okay, I want to scale from where I am currently to another level. This digital skill I learned so and so yeah is no longer working. I'm not making money the way I should make. I'm not making money the way I thought I would have made when I was learning the skill. And some of them actually invested a lot in learning the digital skills they learned. But it happens that uh, they are not getting people to patronize them. They are not getting people to hire them to tell them, please, we need you to do this for us because of AI. They were trying to let me tell them how they can repackage their skill. I was scrolling on the internet yesterday, and a guy said something very profound and said, "It's not about learning these skills. Can you market them? It's not about knowing all these knowing all these technical, how to navigate, how to code, can you sell them? Can you actually put it out there and talk about it and bring people to pay you money for that? And that is where, if you look at what is happening right now, everybody have, like, now in this age, everybody have a digital skill. To be honest, your own might not be that robust, but you know you're using internet to do one or two things. Everybody is using AI. Do you get? Everybody can easily go online now, put money in ad and run ad. It's as simple as that. But there are people who learned these skills. This is their livelihood. They don't have any other thing they are doing. This is what they are doing. And they still do not have access to people to come and say, okay, come and do this thing for me, I'm going to pay you. So it's not about the skill all the time. It's not about go and learn skill. It's not about go and get a skill, go and learn how to do digital marketing, go and learn AI, go and learn coding, go and learn whatever data entry. It's about making money from it. It's about getting people to actually pay you money. You will see somebody very, very talented. Very, if it comes to app development, that is excellent. If it comes to running digital ad, that person is very, very excellent. But you will still find out that that person is very, very broke. And you'll be asking, with all these skills, you cannot make money out of them. Most time it's not their fault. Oh, it's not their fault. So we are going to be looking at how to really scale, because the skill is already there. If you're listening to me right now, you know that, okay, I know how to do this thing using the internet. I know how to do this one using the internet. But the problem I'm having is I don't know how to really make money with it. I don't know how to really strive with it. I don't know how to really put myself out there with it. So I don't even want to start listing various skills that you should go and learn this one. Look at where the world is going. Go and learn this one. What I want to see majorly, what I want to talk to us majorly, is how to actually, when you're done learning these skills, how you can actually strive, how you can actually make a living out of them. It's not about learning. You can go to YouTube, learn the skill, they are there. All everything you need is there. You can just type the topic you want to learn and they are there. But the problem is, after learning this skill, how do you sell them to make money? That is what we're going to be looking at. And I'm going to be very brief. I have 20 minutes, so I'm going to be very, very brief. Now, number one is understanding digital presence. Understanding digital presence. Now, all of us have heard it that attention is the new currency. All of us know about that. In 2026 now, you will bear with me that people that shows up every day online talking about one thing consistently will later make the most out of will later make the most money from their skill. So if you learn this skill, you need to learn how to present it to people. You need to learn how to build authority around it. Take for instance, you've learned how to use AI very well. You can now produce AI that helps company to answer telephone calls, to reply emails. If you don't come out and talk about it, nobody will know that you have that skill. If you don't come out and set your camera and start talking about that skill, nobody will know that you have that skill. That is why digital presence is important. That is your number one market. You know how to code, you know how to build app. If you don't come out and talk about it, nobody will know. You know how to scale online businesses, you know how to start, you can somebody can hire you, you can build that person business online from scratch to finish. If you don't come out and talk about it, it's only your family that will know that you do something like that. It's only your family. So if you're thinking about striving in this digital economy, you cannot take away digital presence. You cannot take away your presence online. It is very, very important. You will see now, somebody talked about Olodo uprising, and you see many people were talking about, many people were attacking him, some people were supporting him, that he's trying to insult people who are doing one or two things online. But I don't support him in some way because he mentioned a name, but you're calling people Olodo uprising. People who have the technical skills, who are intelligent, are not presenting themselves out there. It's these people that don't know anything, that don't have anything to offer, that have the boldness to present themselves out there. And through that, they have grew their platform to a certain level and they are making a lot of money. And everywhere they are saturated, they are everywhere online. You come out and call them Ulodo. Most time I call I most time I put it that we are the Olodos. Us that have refused to come out, us that have no that are intelligent, that know how to do this, that know how to actually talk. We don't come out to say anything. And people who do not have anything to offer to the public will come out, set their camera, do it anyhow they want to do it, get engagement, blow up, and somebody will stay there and call them Olodo. You get so I'm just trying to bring us together because it's not about the skill. It's not about the skill. Like everybody, you have something you're doing. Apart from digital skills, even a guy was saying that in each family now, there's one fashion designer. In each family, there's one fashion designer. Who is going to patronize who? So people who put themselves out there wins. So that is understanding digital presence. We need to start coming out. We need to start coming out to talk about what we know. And it's not just about talking about what we know, it's educating people about what we know. It's through educating people that you actually build authority. It's through educating people that you build authority. If you're selling this pen and every day you come out and talk about good handwriting, the next day you come out and talk about how to use a pen. Another day you come out to talk about the type of pens to use when you're going for a function. Now another day you come out and talk about where to put your pen when you're discussing with someone. People will start seeing you as an authority when it comes to anything that has to do with pen. And any day they want to do anything that has to do with pen, they will remember you. I was talking to someone. I say the reason we'll get to that part anyways. The reason why people do not value presence online, why people look at people running ads and call it stupid, it's because they don't buy anything. Now, there was me and Julius. We went to a supermarket to buy a body spray. So before we went there, there is this particular body spray that was there in my mind because I have been seeing them often and often online. I've seen many people talk about it. So when we get to the supermarket, I saw it. I said, in fact, my I resonated immediately with it. So digital presence is very, very important. Another one is understanding digital selling. That's why I said I'm not really going to talk about these skills. What I'm talking about is how to actually make it from those skills. Number two is understanding digital selling. Even before you go to learn that skill, think about how am I going to sell this skill after I'm done learning. Now, presenting yourself online, that is digital presence, is different from digital selling. So I need us to understand that it is different, very, very different from digital selling. That's why I wish we have all the time to discuss this strategy. That's why we have it like a funnel that you have the awareness stage, you have the evaluation stage, and we have the conversion stage. At the top of the funnel is where you educate people about what you do. That is a digital presence. You're trying to put yourself out there. You're trying to tell people, okay, look at this problem and look at this solution. You're trying to create the problem and also show them the solution, thereby making yourself an authority. That is the first stage. The second stage is the evaluation. They are now looking at you, okay, this person, I think this person actually knows what he's doing. Then they will start resonating with you. And the last stage is selling. You have taken them from stranger to take them through the middle stage, and they are now ready to give you money. That's why you see some people they just start a business and want to start selling immediately. You will sell, oh, of course, when it comes to online, everybody sell, but it's not going to be very, very sustainable. I have a guy that is very, very passionate with real estate. Anything that has to do with real estate is very, very passionate. And when I met him for the first time, I told him something. If you want to scale, if you want to really succeed in this real estate business, I think you should start putting yourself out there. Not every time you're selling, people goes to your page, everything they see there is flyers, flyers, flyers. Can you start educating people? Put your face out there. Even when you stop working, so that even when you're out of this company, you will have something to go out with. You get. So understanding digital selling, then how do you now sell? That is where you have to learn how to run ads. Now, I think that everybody should learn how to sell online. It's not every time you want to hire someone. If you have that skill now, you have the skill now, then learn how to sell it online. Learn how to sell it. Especially when you're starting, you need these skills to help yourself so that you not go and start hiring someone. How do you sell? How do you package? Do you create a catchy commercial? How do you create that? How do you advertise it? How do you target people that actually need that product or service you're rendering? So this is very, very important. So as you're putting yourself out there, you should also be selling. If you don't want to go home, if you don't want to always go to your bed hungry. I used to tell people that if you're starting, you have a skill and you're starting, you should have two pages on social media platform. Two pages. Now, one is your company where you're putting every update that has to do with your product or your service. Then you have the one that everything that you're putting out there is your face. That is where you're using to grow your influence online. Because in the long run, it is that one you're using to grow your influence that will give you the most of money, that will market that your page. But why you should have that two pages is because as you're building influence, you're selling. So that you will not be mixing things. Like I don't know how to explain this so that you will understand. If every time you are posting, you're teaching people, you in your head, okay, I want to get to this point before I start selling, and you don't want to compromise where you are at the moment. If you're still at the top of the funnel, you don't want to compromise it. You just want to be posting. You just want to be posting. Now, what you should be using the other page to do is to run ads to market the product, so that at least as you're starting, you should also be making money. So maybe in our next seminar, we are going to talk about how to really sell online. We don't have all the time how to really sell online, but I've told you that to really scale, to really thrive, you have to understand digital presence, number one. And I'm now telling you that you have to also understand digital selling. You should be able to package that product or service and sell online. So the third one, and that is the last one I'm going to be talking about, is AI application. You need to learn how to use AI. In 2026, you need to learn how to apply AI in everything you do. I was taking one woman I think in UK, that was last week. Uh, I was taking her on digitalization and AI. And I was very, very surprised that she didn't know that there is AI that was already threatening her job. What she does is uh, she works in this place that these people that load cargo that is going to various countries. What she does is she takes a call and gets their details and all of that. So I called her. She was at work. I called her, and it was at that moment that someone called, and she was answering the call. After she finished, I told her, "Do you know that AI will soon take that your job?" She was surprised. She said, How can AI make call?" I told her that there is AI automation that makes God, that can book your hotel for you, that can book your reservation for you, that can take your everything. There is AI doing that right now. There is AI that, like, the people don't need to reply emails. There's AI replying emails. People don't even need to reply meta ad right now, because there is AI doing it right now. AI studies your ad from A to Z and replies messages when messages enter. So in this age, everybody should know how to use AI, how to apply AI in everything you do. So this evening, one of my colleague was designing a house. Then I met her and asked her, how is AI taking your job? She said, no, 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 AI can. I said, but you guys just generated a prototype using AI, and you're using that prototype to run ad. And you say AI cannot take your job. AI is already taking your job. He said, no, 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 that is not it. That is not. I said, no. I told you this thing the other day that AI can now generate prototype. I even did a video using AI. I took that prototype and put it on AI. AI did animation with it. And the reason I did not send it to the company is because I don't want them to sack you. Because if the company sees that, okay, there is AI now that can now do building animation, they don't need you again. They don't need you again. One thing that us Africans don't want to accept is the fact that AI is taking our jobs already. And the high time we start learning, the earlier we start learning how to apply AI in our job, the better for us. We cannot just be looking at something. You see that something is taking your livelihood, something is coming to grab it, and you're just there. You've not asked yourself a question. What can I do? What can I do to mediate this? What can I do to start applying AI in what I'm doing? Now let me tell you something. There's what photographers are doing right now. Photographers are now using AI to edit their pictures. You go, they snap you. Now, it was even last year that AI took the job of photographers. Now, one lady in my office wanted to do a birthday, and needed a picture, and didn't have money to go to studio. Do you know what one of us did? One of us just took her face and told her, don't worry, AI will give you the dress you want, AI will give you everything you want. And the picture came out very, very well, like a studio picture. And that was what she used for her birthday. What photographers are doing right now, photographers, there's this tool that have AI color grading and all of that. What they do now is they use they take the picture, they put it on AI will just do the work, give you the shape you want, and that will be it. So these are people that have understood that, okay, oh, we cannot be sleeping, we need to do something. So as a young guy, you have mastered graphic designing, you have mastered how to code, how to build a website. Now, of course, every one of us knows now that there are AI platforms that you can just it just design a website for me, it will bring it out. Now, we should start learning how to apply AI in everything we are doing. It will make you faster, it will make you scale better, It will make your work more beautiful. It will make your work more better. And how will I even put it? AI is not just Chat GPT. AI is not just Grok. AI is not just DeepSeek. There are AIs out there that makes your work very, very easy. Just small money, you will keep enjoying it. But us Nigerians, we don't like subscribing for anything, especially Africans. AI that can do AI that can help you do your presentation in seconds. And the AI is telling you, okay, buy credit. Oh, we even give you free trial. Buy credit for 20,000 naira. Buy credit for 2,000 naira. Buy credit for 3,000 naira. We say they are charging. AI that can help you build a website with just speaking to it, and they will tell you, okay, subscribe $30 per month. You see, AI, let me tell you what is going on now. AI is taking over skit making. How many of you spend time watching AI videos? I do. AI is taking over a lot of things. That is why you have to learn how to apply it. Apply it in your content creation. If you're talking, use AI. Go to AI, generate AI. Add to let people have that visual. Very, very important. So for you to really stand out, for you to really make money with your skill, you need to understand these things I've just said, like your presence online, your presence online. In fact, there's a guy that says something. He said, "You're poor, you don't have money, but nobody is seeing you online. You don't have money, you have skill, but you don't have anything in your pocket, but you are not still online." You see people like Tony Lumelu, you see people like okay, let me just tell you, Mr. Christian, you sent a video to me this evening. Do you know that Dangote, all these people, all these rich people paid this guy, this interviewer, millions of dollars to come and interview them in Nigeria? Do you know that? They paid the guy. The guy did not just, but you will see how the interview is going. You think that okay, the guy just no. They invited the guy. That is to tell you how important digital presence is. That is how to tell you how important online influence is. And us, we are not taking it seriously. We don't want to put camera on our face. We don't want to talk. We are just there. We are just there. You see the other now, this other lady that is doing private equity. You see, if you watch that video, if you watch that interview, you know that it was staged. It was staged. And you understand that the woman paid heavily for that interview. People are see when I see people compromising, trying to compromise the importance of being online, the importance of digital presence, I just laugh. Businesses pays a lot of money to be relevant online. They pay a lot of money to always see themselves online. If you want to get to people, go to where they are. If you want to get people to buy what you're selling. Go to where they are. Where are people? People are online. People are on Instagram. People are on TikTok. People are on Facebook. What are you doing to get to them? So if you have the skill, if you have the skill as I'm talking to you right now, and you're not making money out of it, just know that your online presence is very poor and you don't know how to sell online. If you can master these two things, you're good. And also master how to apply AI in everything you do. Sorry, I'm taking another person's time. So I believe that I have been able to say something meaningful, and I wish we had more time. We would have break down the strategy on how to really do this, because
Mm.
this is just like uh, scratching the surface. There are ways to do it. There are ways to present yourself. There are ways to start. Thank you so much. Thank you, and I will see you next time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Ozone, for this depth of exposition on the artificial intelligence and the digital presence. You've actually said quite a lot of things that are very, very relevant. And it's always great to hear you speak on this, which is your area of passion, your area of expertise. Thank you for your giving us this opportunity to speak to our audience tonight. To take us further, as you all know, we are marking this virtual seminar to mark the 2026 International Day of Youth Skills. And to take us further, we will now call on Mr. Julius. And Mr. Julius is one of us. It's one of the brains behind everything you see on the platform of Shalom Link Mission. And we are so grateful to have him share with us from the wealth of his experience and expertise. And so, without any further ado, we will welcome Mr. Julius for him to speak to us on leadership. Yeah, one of the key things that are very, very critical in this time and age is understanding the digital age, understanding artificial intelligence, and very core to all of this is your ability, your skill of leadership. And so Julius will be taking us on leading with purpose, developing the leadership skills for a lasting impact. And so you are welcome, Julius. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Christian, and I really appreciate that. Mr. Azam, that was actually a very wonderful session. I truly enjoyed the session. First of all, I want to appreciate the leadership of Shalom Link Mission for this opportunity granted unto me. I can't trivialize this. It's actually a rare one. Pastor Grace Akiyemieson, thank you so much. Mr. Christian, I so much appreciate you. And Mr. Ozon, my man, I so much appreciate you. So, talking about leadership, developing the leadership skill for lasting impact. There's one thing that I really want us to understand, first of all, that we have two types of leaders. We have the born leaders and we have the trained, let me use the word trained leaders. In what sense? There are some people that naturally by birth, they have the skill. And there are some people, they really need to get trained on it. They need to learn the skill. That's why we call it skill. And for those that were born like as they are like natural leaders, for them to function properly, they still need to be trained as leaders because they were just born. It's in its raw form. It needs to be redefined, like refined rather, for them to be able to function properly. So a lot of people are actually taking leadership for being in a position or exerting authority over other people. No. John C. Maxwell actually defined leadership as influence. Simple, just one word, leadership as influence. So if I want to define leadership as I am, I'll say leadership, it is influence built on character, sustained by vision, demonstrated through services, and measured by the positive transformation it produces in people and communities. These are the things that makes us understand who a true leader is actually is. I have limited time. I won't really explain a lot because I have a lot of things here and I really want to touch every bit that I have here. So before we go further, I would like to tell us that we have 5 levels of leadership. And majority of us actually, like I've said, people think the positional leadership is actually the first one, whereas positional leadership is the least of all levels of leadership. And there's one thing about this level of leadership, as I've called it, it is level. That means once you are on a level 1, it should be like a leverage to you to go to level 2, like progressively. So I'll start from the list. The first level of leadership is position leadership. What do I mean? Like, people just see you as, okay, this guy has been showing up, let us give him the right to actually be on this seat. You have a seat, like they call you chairman, they call you governor, they call you president, they call you general manager, they call you HOD, head of department, they call you head of unit, and other stuff like that. These are positions. These are positions. And people follow because they just have to. Simply said, that means the seat or the position that you are in now is actually the one that gives you authority that you are commanding to people, not you yourself. That's the first one. I would like to go to the second one, which is permission or relational leadership. So what you do when you are in position, the influence, the impact that you have on people, the relationship that you build with them is what will actually make you gain their hearts for them to follow you because they want to, not because they are looking at the office like they see you in the position of you being their leader and they need to follow you. They are willingly by themselves following you because of the relationship, the influence that you have on them. And the third one is what we call production or results leadership. This is actually result driven. People have noticed your life, they don't really need to see you per se, but they've seen you, they've seen the results that you've commanded over time, they've seen what you do, your consistency in doing things, like Mr. Ozom said. Now you have results to present to people. You have results that they can actually see as a leader. So in this case, people will follow you not because what you have done not because of who you are, but what you have really done, what you've achieved over time. And the next one, the next level is people development, which we call reproduction. This is when you can actually reproduce yourself in other people. You can, like what you have in you, you can teach other people to have it as well, and they will replicate it as though you're the one. And the last, which is the pinnacle of all, is the one that they follow you by respect. People follow you because of who you are and what you represent. They follow you basically because of who you are, what you represent. Each level of this leadership rather, it's one after the other. You don't just jump, you don't skip one to go to one. The only one that you can actually skip is the first one. That means you can, it does not necessarily mean you have to be in position of authority because before you can influence others, before you can lead. There's this book Leadership Without Position. It's actually a very powerful book, Leadership Without Position. So now I'll go into details of what, like I've defined leadership. Leadership begins with character and self-awareness. Like we have some points that we really need to take care. So first of all, before leading others, every leader must first learn to lead themselves. There is no good leader, there's no good leader rather, that does not first learn how to lead him or herself before becoming a leader. Self-leadership is the foundation upon which every other leadership is built. So there's no how you want to say you want to lead a group of people or you want to lead some people and you've not really mastered how to actually lead yourself. No, definitely you lead them astray. A person who cannot manage their emotions, their time, their resources, values will eventually struggle to lead people effectively. And we have a lot of them. People just assume position without really, they've not really learned to lead themselves before they assume position. Thereby, when they get to that place, you just see that they are not performing effectively because they've not really mastered that. And there's one thing, if you want to influence people, it is through your character. Through your character. Now, what is character? Like we said, character is who you are when others are not there. Who you really are when people are not seeing you, when others are not there. That is what character is. Now, there are some questions that leaders really need to ask themselves. Like key questions. I have about 4 here, and I'm going to read all. As a leader, you should ask yourself this question: what values define me? What value define me as a leader? What are my strengths? What are my strengths? Then what are the weaknesses do I need to improve? A lot of people acknowledge their strength and they do not acknowledge their weaknesses because they just feel, oh, this weakness is not for people to see. But if you can acknowledge your weaknesses, it will give you the chance to actually work on them to see which one you can improve, the one that you can actually take charge, and which one you can improve. The one that there's something that there's a cycle. There's something like the one that you can actually take charge, the one you can influence, and the one that you don't even need to disturb yourself about. So as a leader, you need to know your weakness. Another one, what kind of person am I becoming? Very important. What kind of person am I becoming as a leader? If I really want to influence people, is the kind of person that I'm becoming will be the one that people will actually respect and they will follow me because they respect me, because of who I am. These 4 questions are very important. What values define me? What are my strengths? What are the weaknesses do I need to improve? And what kind of person am I becoming? There's one thing about self-awareness that we need to know. Self-awareness helps leaders to recognize both their potential and limitation. Like I've said, as a leader, you don't need to know your potentials or your strengths alone. No. You need to know what your limitations are, your strengths and your weaknesses, for you to know what to work on, what to improve, and what you really need to let go. It helps you to seek growth rather than pretending perfection. Like there are a whole lot of people out there. When you meet them, they live in this kind of life of hypocritical life. They are being pretentious about a whole lot of things about them. They don't want their weaknesses to show to people. Thereby, they tend to take a whole lot of things on them. and with that they flop. That's not leadership. That's not leadership. So going forward, I'll briefly mention the essential character traits that we need to find in leaders. They are the common things that we have, these things that we learned in primary school, that we learn in primary school. And this example of good leaders, integrity, honesty, humility, respect, and every other accountability and every other thing, they are actually very essential to be a good leader if you really want to thrive. People follow leaders. People follow leaders they trust. That's one thing. They follow leaders. Before they follow leaders they admire. Forgive me for that. People follow leaders they trust. They admire. What do I mean? Because before anybody that they feel okay, I admire this person for this kind of no. Even that's the nature of human being. Once you trust someone, we tend to rely on that person, thereby entrusting certain things on them. And that's how it works in leadership as well. So that's the first one, which is leadership begins with character and self-awareness. Now, on to the second one, the importance of vision. The importance of vision. There's no leader that does not have vision. If a leader does not have vision, that means he's not leading anybody to anywhere. Like you're just going blindly. There's no defined vision, there's no vision. Every lasting leader has a compelling vision. Every lasting leader has a compelling vision. Now, what is vision? Vision is actually the ability to see possibilities beyond circumstances. That means as a leader, when I talk about vision, okay, when I'm saying vision, it's the ability for me as a leader to see potential in something, to see possibility in something beyond what is presently displaying in that thing or in that person. That means as a leader in my sphere, probably I want to, okay, I start a writing. I said I want to become a ghostwriter. Let me use that as an example. I know that ghostwriting actually has a potential in it. So what Mr. Ozom taught us, then I will believe that, okay, this is my vision. I want to become a ghostwriter that will be writing I will be writing books for international clients. Then I will be presenting myself out there. Like I will be presenting myself out there every day. I will be coming online talking about ghostwriting, what I learned today about it, writing and other communication skills like that. For people to actually know, that means I have vision beyond even if I don't have one client, a single client now, I believe that what I have and what I'm doing is actually going to lead, it has potential that will lead me to have a successful future. So vision is the ability to see possibilities beyond the current situation. Now we have three fundamental questions that vision answer. Like you don't just have vision, three fundamental questions that vision answer. And if your vision cannot answer these three fundamental questions, you really need to check it. The first one is, where are we now? If you're leading people, where are we now? That's our current situation, like our present situation. Where are we going? What's our future? What's our future? Like what are we achieving in the next 5 to 10 years? What is going to be where are we going? And the pathway to that place, it is how do we get to our destination? How do we get there? How do we get there? Leaders are not meant to just have simple questions like, what can I do? No. But the question should always be, what problem can I solve? If as a leader you're asking the question, okay, what can I do? What do you want me to do? What do you have me do? You can't really identify a problem that you can solve. No, it should be, okay, what problem is currently presenting itself that I can actually solve? Great leaders identify problem before others do, and they present themselves to actually provide solution to the problem. They present themselves to provide solution to the problem. There are certain things that vision gives. Like I said, when you asked, where are we going? Then you know that that gives you direction, that this is where we are going. We are not just going blindly. And that direction actually motivates you towards the end result, thereby giving us the second one. Okay, where are we now? Where are we going? Then how are we going to do it? That will give you motivation because you have a future that you have ahead of you that you are pursuing. Then it will give you motivation and the resilience, which is the third one. The resilience, which is the third one, to actually pursue that future. And the last, which is not the least, it is hope. That's hope for the future. The hope for the future. Now, onto the third one, which is integrity. Integrity, which is the foundation of credibility. A lot of leaders in our community today, positional leaders in our community today, actually lack that. They say they are going to do A, they don't do that. They say they are going to do B, they don't do that. Some people, when they come to where they assume the position, you see them, they start very well, but as the time is going on, they lack, like they just lose their integrity. That means they lack credibility. There's one thing as young leaders that we need to know. Talent attracts opportunities, but integrity sustains them. You may have talent that will bring opportunities your way, but your integrity as an individual will actually sustain it. It spans across everything, even down to organization. Any organization that does not have integrity will not last. That lacks credibility will not last, because your clients will not rely on you. Integrity creates trust, credibility, consistency, and respect. So without integrity, leadership becomes manipulation. Just be like, you lack integrity. What you're supposed to do, you don't do it, or you are not truthful enough in whatever you are doing. You just tend to be looking for ways to cover up for yourself. So it becomes manipulation. But leadership with integrity becomes transformation. Leadership with integrity becomes transformation. So after integrity, another thing that I want us to consider is influence. When I said John C. Maxwell defined leadership as influence, influence is the true measure of leadership. Leadership is not measured by number of people that are following you, that are under you, that you have authority over. No, but the number of positive people that you've affected by your life. The number of positive people that you have positively applied. Influence does not just come like that. Communication, credibility. When you want to influence people, you don't just influence them by just mere speaking. No. Like, I want to exert influence. No, it's not like that. It comes through competence, your competence in whatever thing you are in delivering, your consistency, your compassion, your communication. How, even if there is some kind of uh, hitch in whatever thing you are doing, how you communicate it to your people to see it, then credibility. So influential leaders are not just mere leaders. They listen before they speak. They encourage before they criticize. They serve before they demand. That means we can simply say leadership is servanthood.
I think his network is breaking.
Yes.
Okay, we actually call leadership is I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, ma'am. So influence cannot be forced, it must be earned. You can't force influence on people. No, you can't. You can only earn it. And the greatest leaders create more leaders rather than more followers. That's actually a very powerful one. The greatest leaders create more leaders than followers. That means they don't, when you come to them that I want you to lead me, or by influence, you influence their life, they don't tend to make you their followers. They don't tend to make you their followers. Rather, they teach you to become a leader. That means they reproduce the kind of person that they are in you. So you too can actually lead. So another one that I said we're going to get to, which is leading through service and responsibility. In our present age, people they don't see leadership as serving. They think it's leading, um, and being at the front, occupying that position, occupying that seat, and exerting power on people. No. Servant leadership challenge the traditional idea that leadership is about status or privilege. Instead, it teaches that leadership exists to improve the lives of others. Basically, that's servanthood. That's servanthood. When you live your life to improve the life of others, when your leadership position is to improve the life of others, you take responsibilities even before they ask you to. You tend to serve people. Using Jesus as an example, Jesus exercised this kind of servanthood leadership, like leading through service. He served people when he was on this earth, to the extent that they were unable to recognize him among his disciples. They were asking whenever they need to know Jesus. And when we are talking about service, service actually spans across a whole lot of things. I'll just give us a few examples. One is mentoring people. Like Mr. Ozom is skilled in digital marketing. You can mentor other people in digital marketing. Another one is solving problems. Okay, let me use this word, solving community problems. When I say community, community does not mean your area. It starts from people that surround you, people that are within your sphere. Solving problems of the community. And another one is empowering young people. Empowering young people. Then creating opportunities. Creating opportunities. And another one, listening with empathy. A lot of people do not really even have empathy in our present generation, and they say they are leaders. Listening with empathy is another thing that we need to know, and acting with compassion, very essential. A leadership that is cruel is not a true leader. A leadership that is cruel is not a true leader. Responsibility on its own, apart from service, means accepting ownership. Basically, if you pick up responsibility, if you take up responsibility, that means you've decided that, okay, this particular thing, I own it. Like this is my space now. I own this. Now I'm taking ownership of this particular thing. No, now leaders do not blame circumstances. They become part of the solution. What does this mean? Leaders does not do this blame shift or play this blame shift game or whatever thing. What they do is they take responsibility, even if it is one of them that has committed the crime or do anything or the offense rather. They will take up responsibility that this is among us and I am your leader. I will take responsibility for this. You guys should relax. A leader should always ask this question: what can I contribute in my community? What can I contribute? What responsibility can I take? How can I come in? So another one that we're going to look into is becoming a change maker in your community. Becoming a change maker in your community. That thing that you are doing, whatever skill that you're into, can influence other people. You can become a change maker through it. Young people actually underestimate the ability of influence in society. Change does not always begin with, well, probably the government or anything. No, but change always begins with an individual, like they've always said, and that is true. Change begins with an individual who refuses to ignore problems. How can I become a change maker in my community? Let's even start from that. Okay, uh, let me use this example. Presently, it's rainy season, and we all know, if we have been seeing online that in Lagos we have floods everywhere and other stuff like that. If somebody can stand up before rainy season and say, okay, what people are doing here is not right, not waiting for the government. What you people are doing here is not right. Dumping refugees in the drainage is not the right thing to do. Although they will look at the person as, oh man, this person knows too much and other stuff, but they won't know that the person is actually preventing them from the issue, like the problem that they are facing now. That person can actually stand up as an individual. If other people notice what he's doing as being good, they will actually go to him, then contribute to whatever thing he's doing. Like he's up now, he said, okay, what you're doing is good, don't do this. Then probably what they've dumped there, he started packing it and dumping them in the appropriate place. And he made provision for probably a signage that do not dump it or something like that. That person has actually done something in his community to influence people around them. Because through that, people will minimize the dumping of refuse in drainage, thereby averting the problem that is coming in the future that they are facing presently. We've seen example of somebody that has done that. Let me make mention of this person, VDM. This last Saturday cleaning and other stuff like that. Yeah, that's actually a very good one. And as you can see, people actually, they are willing to follow him apart from what he's doing online. But that one, people are gathering, coming around to do the cleaning. That's one aspect of it. One thing that our community needs now is community needs young leaders who will promote education, encourage entrepreneurship, mentor children, support innovation, advocate ethical leadership, protect the environment, strengthen local businesses, and volunteer their skills. Our community lacks this. Talking about people that are in government now, if you should look into their life, they've started their journey since their young age. For every young one listening to me right now, now is the right time. Yesterday was actually the good time, and another good time that you have is now. Start your leadership journey. Our community needs leaders. Every community has challenges. Every challenge is actually an opportunity for leadership. So being a change maker requires certain things. It's not that it will just come like that. You have to be initiative in whatever thing you're doing. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for permission. Start where you are. Another thing is collaboration. You can't do it alone. You can't lead yourself. You need collaboration. If you want to start anything in your community, you need people that will actually come around you that you're going to do that together. Build partnership, very important. And another thing, innovation. Find better way to solve old problems. Mr. Ozon was talking about AI the other time. This AI automation and other things that are on board now is actually a way of solving, a new way rather, of solving old problems. A new way of solving old problems. Some people saw that and they locked into it, and now it's becoming something. AI automation is actually something that a whole lot of people out there, they've not really mastered. And now is the right time to launch into that and just command authority within that sphere. And another thing is resilience. To be a change maker, you must be resilient in whatever thing you're doing. A lot of things will come your way that want to break you, but you must be resilient and continuous learning. As a leader, as an individual, the day we stop learning is the day we die. The day we stop learning is the day we die. And as a leader, your own learning should be more than your followers on. If you know that you are going to lead, you need to learn, keep on learning. There are certain ideas that were in your head. You need to learn, relearn, unlearn. You need to learn, relearn, and unlearn. So here I have some practical steps to developing leadership skills, like digital marketing skill, like graphic designing skill, communication skill, every other skill. Leadership is also a skill. And we have practical steps to developing it. It is developed it is developed intentionally. You don't just say, okay, probably I'm the firstborn of my house. Through that, okay, I've led my siblings for so year. Okay, I can actually no, it's not like that. Because people that will be leading at the long run, they are not from your family. They won't be from your family. They are from somewhere else. Therefore, you need to learn how to bring everybody under the same roof. And like I said, reading leadership books regularly to become an exceptional leader. Learn from leaders in the past. Read leadership books. And another thing is seek mentorship. Seek mentorship. Another one is practice public speaking. Very important. Because a leader that cannot communicate his or her idea to the followers effectively does not make, or you are shy as a leader. No, practice public speaking. Volunteer for responsibilities. Volunteer for responsibilities. Another important thing is build emotional intelligence. Build emotional intelligence. Then learn conflict resolution as well, because that will really help you. Learn conflict resolution. Then like you should have a personal goal. A personal goal. You have your vision, you have your goal, you have everything. Yeah. And again, reflect on successes and failures, because this will help you to track, okay, in this, I did this, I become successful. In this, I failed. What happened? What steps did I take? How come? How did I fail? What are the things that happened? Retrace your step. Then another thing, serve consistently. Serve consistently. Through your service, people will notice you. Uh, People will notice you. Leadership is less about natural talent than excuse me, it's less about natural talent than, but it is about disciplined growth over time. As a leader, yes, we have natural leaders, but it is more than that. It is about disciplined growth over time. Hence, we have the practical steps of developing the leadership skill. So, in conclusion, leadership is a legacy. The greatest measure of leadership is not the applause you receive during one's is not the applause received during one's lifetime, but the positive impact that remains after one is gone. We have several leaders that have impacted the world that have gone, and we are still mentioning their impact in this world up to today. Up to today. There are certain things that I want us to know. Title disappears, position changes, power fades. But one thing is character inspires generations, vision shapes the future, integrity builds trust, and service transforms lives. Therefore, build a leadership that will remain forever and people will remember you for it. Once they mention that particular thing, they just, this guy did very well when he was this. Lasting impact is never accidental. It is the product of intentional character development, courageous vision, unwavering integrity, and a lifelong commitment to serving others. Thank you so much for this wonderful session. I really appreciate it. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Ozom. So,
Wow. Thank you so much. I'm so I was just typing. My hand was on the speed. I was just like, and all this information. Anyway, we thank God that it's been recorded, and this kind of opportunity is something that we need to bring on in and do more of. Leadership training, leadership you know skill set and vocational skill set where you can signpost people to learn to where they can learn how they can use the skill they're learning. I think this is the era we need to stop telling people how to learn. This is the era that we need to start teaching people how to use the skill that they've learned, because a lot of people got skills in a basket, but they are not using it. It's just there gathering dust. So this is the time to stop talking about how to gain skill. This is about how you're going to use the skill that you've gained. And I see sense in it, because that's the what is happening. That's why people are not they don't know how to use the skill they've learned. They pay so much money for it, but they still not making money, and they want to know how we can get money from what I've put money into. So I believe this is not the last. We'll probably bring something on again. And thank you so much, Mr. Awesome. And thank you so much, Mr. Julius, for that in-depth about leadership and purpose and innovation. I will pass on to our uncle, Mr. Thomas Dagwat, to round up and give any vote of whatever. It's over to you, sir. I'm not taking your space. Me, I'm just talking because you are not here. But now that you are here, it's for you, sir. Mr. Thomas, I think this internet is playing up.
It's internet. I don't know the kind of. We are still live.
This is family banter. Please don't take it to heart. This is our banter in the family. So yeah, so we thank God for this life. Thank you so much for coming to share your skill, coming to pour out, and how we can help our youth. These are the things that they need so that they can stop going to follow the wrong information by all this yahoo yahoo, making money overnight. But if they can find people that can literally gather and bring wealth of wisdom on how to use the skill they have. That's why people think education is the only thing that they need. They don't need just education. They need to find a skill. A passion is what will drive you to go and learn a skill. And the moment you have that skill learned, then you need to put it into use, because there's no point you wasting 2 years, 3 years to learn something, and you are sitting on a gold mine. So this is how we are running today. We finished all we come here for. I'm so excited. I don't want it to stop. I was just enjoying, and I'll just type in. I'm just engrossed in all the information that's been passed. Like you said, we need to unlearn to relearn. So I've come here as if I do not know anything, so that I can learn things, so I can now pass it on to those who is around me. That is what leadership does. So, Mr. Thomas, I don't know if you are available. If not, I'm going to round up. I think his internet is not working. Anyway, thank you so much. I think this is the end of our session today. Thank you for joining us. If you have not subscribe to our channel, go on our YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. What else do we have? TikTok, and on our website, www.shalomlinkmission.org. And subscribe, like, share our page, and God bless you as you do so. Do have a wonderful evening, and God bless you. Good night.
Yeah.
Bye.